Dear students, today we will be discussing about immunology. Immunology. First of all, we need to know what is immunology. What is immunology? We can define it as it is a branch of biology or medicine or biomedical science. It is a branch of biology or medicine or biomedical science that deals with the study of immune system in organisms. Immunology is a branch of biology or medicine or biomedical science that deals with the study of immune system in organisms. We can simplify this definition as immunology is the study of immune systems in organisms also. Okay? Now, immediately we may get another doubt, that is, what is immune system? What is immune system? Because it is purely a medical related topic. That's why it is called as biomedical science related topic. Okay, that's why we need to know all definitions, then only we can easily understanding other things easily. That's why we are going to define these two. Okay, what is immune system? The immune system is the body's, means either human or any organism, whatever it may be, the body's defense system against infections. Okay, the immune system is the body's defense system against infection. What is defense system? It is a force which is defense with a foreign particle or a foreign organism, whatever it may be. That is defense system. It is body's defense system against infections. Infections nothing but foreign particles. It may be a living or non-living. Sometimes chemical substances also sometimes causes infections in living beings. That's why infections may be living or non-living. Living, for example, bacteria, viruses, and other microbes like fungus. These are all living beings which causes infections in other living beings. Non-living means some chemicals causes some rashes, itches. They are also called as infectious agents. Here, immune system gives protection against infections. That's why it is called as body's defense system. Okay. Now, we are calling it as system, so that we need to understand that it is not a single unit. It consists many units or many parts. Many parts. Immune system consists many parts. Holistically, they work together and fight against infections. What are those parts? That also we need to understand. The parts are many cells and organs. Many cells and organs work together to protect the body of organisms, any organism. many cells and organs works together to protect the bodies of organism. Many cells means here, later we will see one by one. Here simply white blood cells, they are the cells which defends against infections in our body. And organs means skin is best example. It is a physical barrier which restrict the entry of infectious agents into our body. Okay, these are main parts. Many cells and organs works together to protect the bodies of organisms. Okay, white blood cells, white blood cells, also known as, the other name of white blood cells is leukocytes. Leukocytes. Leuko means wherever we use the term leuko, that is white. Cytes means maybe cell. Okay. White blood cells or leukocytes play an important or a significant role in the immune system. Immune system. White blood cells play a key role in immune system. That's why we are going to study more about these white blood cells and their types, and what are those types which is acting as a this defense system, that we will see one by one. Now, among white blood cells, two are very important. Very important means they possess much significant role in the defense system. What are those types means? One is phagocytes. Phagocytes. Second one is lymphocytes. Phagocytes, lymphocytes. These are two types of white blood cells only. They play a very significant role in the construction of this immune system. Okay. Now we will see what is phagocyte cells, what is lymphocyte cells, how they work to this immune system, that we will see one by one. First, phagocytes. Phagocytes is nothing but a group of or a type of white blood cells they eat or they chew up invading organisms or any foreign particles. Whenever a foreign particle or a foreign organism or foreign microbe trying to enter in our body, these phagocytes eat them or chew them, so that we can easily escape from many harmful effects, like this manner. Okay. And one more thing, we used to listen the term phagocytosis whenever we discuss about plasma membrane and amoeba. Whenever we studying about plasma membrane or amoeba, we used to listen this phagocytosis. Phagocytosis nothing but, for example, this is plasma membrane. Whenever the foreign particle or needy particle or essential particle come close to the plasma membrane, they just fold it or they just envelop or swallow the particle and intake the particle easily by folding like this. In case of amoeba also, amoeba is a eukaryotic protist. They have lobes called pseudopodia. The lobes also formed by plasma membranes only. Whenever the food particle comes close to this amoeba, these lobes will increase like this and swallow the particle or overlap that particle, and they can easily intake. After that, the further process like digestion, okay, the utilization of those particles will happen. But first of all, they swallow the particle. That event is known as phagocytosis, means swallowing something. Here, the foreign particle which is causing causing threat to the organism, that particular particle will swallow by blood cell, that is white blood cell. Okay, so through phagocytosis, the process of phagocytosis, the phagocytes may chew up the invading organisms. One of the best example for phagocyte cells is neutrophils. They are nothing but a group of or a type of white blood cells. They act as a phagocyte cells. Usually, the neutrophil cells exclusively invade the bacteria. The bacteria, whenever the bacteria entering in our body, the neutrophil cells usually attack on bacteria and invade that bacteria, means they swallow the bacteria and kill them accordingly. Okay, and the second type white blood cells are lymphocytes. Now we will see about lymphocytes. They are another type of cells which are acting as defensive agency. They help, the lymphocytes help the body to remember. They are also acting as defense system only, but the external another advantage here is they also remember the invaders and destroy them. Means the lymphocytes, they help the body to remember the invaders and destroy them easily. Means, for example, if we get some viral fever in January 2021, okay, this is first attempt. In the first attempt, the lymphocyte cells defends that virus particle effectively, no problem. But it will take, for example, 1 week time. For defending, it will take 1 week time. In the next, for example, December 2021, the same virus, whenever the same virus attack us, the immune system immediately respond and it will solve the problem within 1 or 2 days or 3 days. Means the time, it is very less in the second attempt. Why this time is reduced means because they have remembrance power, memory power. In the first attempt, they just do it trial and error method. Means they attack in one type. If that is not successful, they will attack in another type. Finally, they will crack it, no problem. But it will take some time because it is a first attempt. That's why in the second attempt, because due to they have this remember power, that's why in the second attempt they can easily kill the foreign particle within no time, within short time. That is the advantage with lymphocytes. We have two types, majorly we have two types of lymphocytes which were working in our immune system. They are B lymphocytes. Second one is T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. Now we will see what is B lymphocyte and what is T lymphocytes. Okay, lymphocytes born lymphocytes born from bone marrow. They originated from bone marrow, and sometimes they stay there and mature as B cells. This is one case. Actually, lymphocyte cells born from are born in bone marrow and stay there and mature there itself. This is one case. Sometimes they move to another place, that is thymus gland. Thymus gland. Thymus gland to mature into T cells. Means lymphocytes are two types. One is B lymphocyte, another one is T lymphocytes. These lymphocytes, the both are born in bone marrow. Bone marrow. Here the lymphocytes are, it is a origin place for lymphocytes. In case of B cells, they born there and they stay there and mature there itself. In case of B cells. But in case of T cells, whenever they want to perform as a T cells, they just move to another locality, that is thymus gland. From thymus gland, they behave or they act like a T cells. But origin point is one. Based on the location, they perform two different function. One is as B cell, one is as T cell. Now, what is the function of these cells? Function of these cells, B cells and T cells. First, we will see what is the function of B cells. They are nothing but body intelligence system. Means, what is the duty of intelligence system? They just find out the targets. Targets means wherever the infectious agent is trying to enter in our body, that location or the area of problem will be identified by B cells, and simply they direct other cells like T cells. They direct or guide T cells to attack on that foreign particles. That is the duty of B cells. That's why they usually called as intelligence system of defense. Okay, in our body, the B cells function as intelligence system. Now, what about T cells? T cells, for example, they act like soldiers in the army. Whenever they got signals from B cells, that is intelligence system, because they first identify the problem. After getting information from B cells, T cells immediately attack on that site and kill them, and they kill the foreign particles. That is function of T cells. Means they act like a soldiers. Immediately they took action. They will take action on problematic site. Okay, that is a function of T cells. And next we will see another term, a very important term, that is immunity. Nowadays, in this COVID pandemic, daily we are listening the term, that is immunity, low immunity, high immunity, lack of immunity, okay, natural immunity. Like this, we are daily listening about this term. Now, we will see what is the exact meaning of this immunity. It is nothing but a specialized group of cells and parts of the immune system Now we know about immune system. What is immune system? Specialized group of cells and parts of the immune system offer the body protection. Means it gives the body protection, offer the body protection against diseases, is known as immunity. Okay, a specialized group of cells and parts of the immune system offer the body protection against disease, is known as immunity. Or otherwise, we can easily simplify this definition as a resistance to an illness or a disease, is known as immunity. A resistance, either natural or acquired, whatever it may be, a resistant to an illness or disease is known as immunity. Usually, we are hearing the terms like he has natural immunity, that's why he survived from COVID or typhoid or so and so. Okay, what is the immunity? It is a resistant to an illness or disease or or any disease causing foreign particle is known as immunity. Okay, for example, whenever we will take two persons, for example, person A, person B. Whenever these two people exposed to COVID virus means whenever they enter in COVID zone or red zone, okay, person A, after infection also, he act as very healthy, means he can tolerate the effects, whatever the effects given by the coronavirus, he can easily handle those effects, means he just simply get mild fever or cold and cough. After 2-3 days he will get back to the normal condition. But in case of B, the situation is very bad, means he got infection and also he got severe symptoms, and he may hospitalize, and also ventilator also required, and also sometimes death also happen. But in both case, both are not vaccinated. Usually both are having without both are not vaccinated. But in case of A, they survived, but B not survived. Why? Because A, the person A having a resistant power, which is naturally by birth what they got. Due to that resistant power, he survived. That natural resistant power is known as immunity. But in case of person B, here the natural resistant power is lacking. That's why he died or he suffered a lot from COVID attack. Now we have different types in immunity. We have different types in immunity. Mainly we have three types of immunities. One is innate immunity. Number one is innate immunity. Number two is adaptive immunity. Number three is passive immunity. Generally, in many textbooks, they gave two, innate and adaptive. Here, one more type also we are going to discuss. Now, what is innate immunity? What is innate immunity? Innate immunity, it is also known as natural immunity. Natural immunity means it is we got this immunity by birth. By birth, from our mother or from our uh, ancestors, we are getting some resistant power. That is innate immunity. Whatever the resistant power we got from our mother or from our birth, that is called innate immunity. Innate immunity. It is otherwise known as natural immunity. Means naturally we are getting by birth. Okay. Now the second word, second thing, adaptive immunity. What is adaptive immunity? It is otherwise known as acquired immunity. Acquired immunity means we are acquiring, we are getting from external source during our life processes. After birth, we have some amount of immunity, that is resistant power, but it is not enough to deal with some dangerous viruses and bacteria like corona, all those things. That's why we are additionally taking some resistant power through so many types of things like vaccines. And one more thing is experience means just before we discussed about first and second attack of some virus in our on our body. In the first attempt we are facing some struggle, but in the second attempt we are successfully crack that attack within 1 or 2 days, right? Because that is through experience or through previous attack we are getting some resistant power. One is through vaccines we will get additional resistant power, and also through experience or through previous incidents we will get additional immunity. This both are comes under adaptive immunity because they are acquiring from our daily life event or during our lifespan. That's why these two are adaptive immunity. And the third one is passive immunity. It is also a type of adaptive immunity only, but it is temporary immunity. Temporary immunity means whenever we get some nutritional source like milk or food or what it may be, temporarily we will get a short span of immunity for short span of time. The best example is the newborn baby get immunity from breast milk of mother. Means it is very temporary immunity. It will remain for months or 1 or 2 years. After that we lose that immunity. That is passive immunity. It is also known as active immunity or acquired immunity. It is passive immunity. It is otherwise known as temporary immunity. These three are the types in immunity. And next we will discuss two more important terms or two more important topics. They are antigen and antibody. These two terms are very important and frequently we will use in the immunity topic. First we will discuss about antigen. What is antigen? What is the function of antigen? That we will see now. An antigen is any substance that causes our immune system to produce produce antibodies against it. An antigen is any substance that causes our immune system to produce antibodies against it. For example, now we know about immune system, a defense system in our body that always fight against foreign particles or infectious agents. Now the definition is an antigen. An antigen is any substance that causes our immune system to produce antibodies against it. Means just I will explain it with one simple diagram. This is a human being. Okay, we have immune system inside our body. It is a defense system, either naturally or acquired, whatever it may be. We have immune system in our body. Now we are discussing about antigen. Whatever the substance from outside, it may be a bacteria, it may be a virus, it may be a fungus or other microbe, whatever it may be, or sometimes a chemical compound also. Okay, whatever the substance that causes our immune system to produce antibodies against it. Whenever the infectious agent, means either bacteria, either virus, either any microbe, whenever they are trying to attack on our body, immediately our immune system immediately respond and send them weapons, means send some proteins to stop that infection. Means that proteins are called antibodies, that we will discuss bit later. Now whatever the particle from outside, that is foreign particle, whatever the foreign particle which causes our immune system to produce antibodies, means antibodies, that particles are known as antigens means we can simply say as the disease causing agent, the foreign particles. Okay, simply called as antigens. They are foreign particles, means they are not belongs to our body, they are coming from outside, means foreign. They are foreign particles, they are used to cause some diseases in our body. These antibodies we will discuss later, but present antigen means they are foreign particles, they are always trying to infect us, they are always trying to give some diseases to human beings or any organisms. That foreign particles are known as antigens. We can simply define it like define them as the foreign particles whatever causing diseases to organisms is known as antigens. Okay, now coming to the antibody. What is antibody? Okay, antibodies otherwise also known as immunoglobulin. Antibodies otherwise known as immunoglobulins. Antibodies also known as immunoglobulins. They are nothing but proteins. Here we have immune system, right? Immune system consists mainly white blood cells, leukocytes and lymphocytes, phagocytes. We discussed all about these things. Now the immune system release some proteins whenever the antigen trying to attack on body of the organism. Immediately immune system respond and release some proteins or immunoglobules These immunoglobulins or proteins are otherwise called as antibodies. Antibodies. They effectively stop the entry of antigen. They fight with antigen and finally they kill the antigens and they can keep us very healthy. That's why they are very important to our body. Okay, also known as immunoglobulins. Now we will see a standard definition. A protective protein produced by the immune system in response to the presence of a foreign substance called antigen. Okay, a protective protein, that is a protective protein produced by immune system. A protective protein produced by immune system in response to the entry of foreign particle, that is known as antibody. Two things we have to remember. One is they are nothing but proteins. They are also called as immunoglobulins. They are special type of proteins produced by immune system or body immune system to arrest or to prevent the attack of antigens. Why? Because whenever the antigen enter into our body, they causes many diseases. That's why they have to kill in the here itself. Otherwise, whenever they enter into the body, they causes a number of diseases. That's why antibodies are always working to prevent the entry of antigens. Antigen is a outside particle or foreign particle which is always trying to cause some disease to organisms. Antibody is a special type of protein released by immune system or body immune system to arrest the entry of antigens. This is one type of defense systems. Now we will see the types in antibodies. Types in antibodies. We already discussed that antibodies are nothing but proteins, a special type of proteins called as immunoglobulins. Immunoglobulins. The function, we know the function, that is to restrict, to stop the entry of antigens. That is a function of antibodies. They are proteins. Now we will see what are the types in antibodies. Antibodies classified into 5 groups. They are immunoglobulin G, immunoglobulin M, immunoglobulin A, immunoglobulin D, immunoglobulin E. These are the 5 types in antibodies. Again, in immunoglobulin G, we have 4 subgroups: immunoglobulin G1, immunoglobulin G2, immunoglobulin G3, immunoglobulin G4. Okay, these are the 5 types in immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin G is a abundant protein or abundant immunoglobulin found in human beings. It constitutes around 70 to 75% in our body. And next, immunoglobulin M is found around 10 to 15% in our body. Immunoglobulin A, it is around 10% in our body. Mainly, it is found in blood serum. It is found in blood serum. Again, immunoglobulin D, it found around 0.001%, very minute percentage it is. And immunoglobulin E, it is around 1%. Okay, mainly immunoglobulin E causes allergy activities in human beings. Allergy related issues it deals with. Okay, these are the 5 types in antibodies. We knew about antigens. They are nothing but infectious agents. Antigens are infectious agents. Anything that causes infection or disease to the human beings or any organism, that is known as antigen. We already discussed about The examples like bacteria, viruses, or any chemical non-living particle also comes under antigens. These are the antibodies. This is all about introduction of immunology. In the next video, we will discuss about ELISA test and the steps involved in ELISA test and what is the uses of ELISA test and etc.